Did you know there are constellations in Middle Earth, and some even mirror the ones in our own sky? Back in the beginning of Middle Earth, before the elves awoke, but after Mandos foresaw them coming, Varda took stars and gathered them into constellations to set them as signs of the heavens in Artha and to signal the elves to Valinor. The first one I'm going to talk about is called the Menelmakar, or the Swordsman of the Sky. Varda gathered stars into this formation to forebode the battle of all battles, the last battle to bring about the end of days, the Dagor Dagorath. In our world, the Menelmakar is the Orion constellation. Next one is the Valakirka. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. The sickle of the Valar, or the sickle of the gods. Varda created this formation as a challenge to Melkor. In our world, the Valakirka is the Big Dipper or the Plow. I know it's called that in some places. The Valakirka is actually going to lead me into the third constellation called Durin's Crown, a set of 7 stars that King Durin saw in the reflection of the mirror, and he took it as a good omen because he saw them during the daylight and began to build Khazad-dûm. And it's assumed that the 7 stars that we see on the doors of Durin is this constellation. But the reason that the Valakirka leads me to the Durin's Crown constellation is because it is a possibility that Durin's Crown could be a part of the Valakirka that Durin was seeing in the reflection. However, that's unknown. The fourth constellation is called the Remirath, or the Netted Stars, and in our world, that would be the star cluster Pleiades. The next one is the Soronume, or the Eagle of the West, and while Tolkien never confirmed a real-world constellation to connect this one to, it can be assumed or suggested that this one is referring to the Aquila or the Lyra because of their name translations, because they both refer to an eagle. However, that was never confirmed, so take it with a grain. The next one is the Wilburin, or the Butterfly, and while Tolkien never described this one or gave it a real-world constellation, his son Christopher suggested that it could be the constellation Cassiopeia because of its W shape. And these last two aren't said to have any real-world constellations, but they're still listed in Middle-earth nonetheless. The first one being Telumendil, meaning sky lover or sky friend, and the second being Anarima, meaning sun border.